The FBI revealed that it has opened investigations into 250 individuals affiliated with 764 and other online networks of predators who befriend minors and other vulnerable people and coerce them to create sexually explicit material and commit acts such as harming themselves or animals. The FBI has investigated these kind of groups since 2023, and the FBI also warned the public about the group 764, a loose network of people that engage in violent, predatory behavior. The FBI reported that all its 55 field offices were investigating 764 and other similar networks that has 764 with other names at the end of it. In 2024, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children's cyber tip line received more than 1,300 reports connected to groups such as 764 that perpetrate sadistic online exploitation, a more than 200% increase from 2023. The networks started with a teen named Bradley with a Texas zip code from which the 764 name is derived, who played Minecraft and also watched ultra-violent gore content online, according to an investigation conducted by Wired. That gentleman that you see in the picture there of this video, that kid, that's who started 764. Allegedly, Bradley created a Discord server called 764 to distribute child sexual abuse material and seek out vulnerable children. He and others on the server lured women into video chats and extorted them to cut themselves or perform live sexual acts. In 2021, Discord identified 764 and its hundreds of users and reported them to law enforcement, according to the report. Bradley was arrested and sentenced to 80 years in prison in 2023. But there are now predators in 764 and various groups around the world. In April, a 21-year-old U.S. citizen in Greece and a 20-year-old in North Carolina were arrested and charged for allegedly leading a core subgroup known as 764 Inferno, in which they ordered their victims to commit acts of self-harm and engage in psychological torment and extreme violence against minors, according to a press release from the Justice Department. This network, 764, and other networks with that number and different names added with that number is coordinated based on individuals of like-minded who wish to cause harm to other humans, especially kids, children, teens. According to Thomas Van, a detective with the local police department, schools in Vernon, Connecticut, started receiving bomb threats and warnings of mass shootings. It turned out a member of a 764 group had befriended a local teenage girl online and encouraged her to send sexually explicit and self-mutilated material. He then extorted her for information, including about a local teacher, which he used to make the threats. The local teen was also suspected of making bomb threats. Another person who lived in Europe started claiming he was the local teen during those threats, which led police to her. The student had been on the honor roll most of her life, according to her parents. The police did not disclose her name because she was a minor when she helped the 764 member, And they also consider her in some part a victim, which is common. They were able to charge her with conspiring with others in the group to make these bomb threats. Their goal was to make sure that young girl got some treatment. They made sure, they to recover for what she went through. And this was all in Thomas Van's report. And that whole incident took place in November in the year of 2023. Minors who have been a victim to this group are often afraid to deny offenders' requests, or they are afraid to report the predatory behavior because they worry that the offenders will share their sexually explicit or self-harm videos, or because the offenders know where they live and could SWAT them. SWAT happens a lot to streamers. So when you hear that term SWAT, swatting, and so when you hear that word swatting, it's a term used in content creators, people who live stream, and it's dangerous because it's referring to the practice of making fake calls to the police that provoke an armed response. That's what swatting is. And it's a messed up thing that these people do to these content creators. Like, it's messed up, and it's also dangerous. Because I've seen videos of streamers that got swatted, not when it was live, but I've seen videos of swattings. And it's no joke. Because what happens is you pretty much have a hater on the other end of your live stream on whatever you're doing, the viewer. They might dislike you, they might hate on what you're doing, and for whatever reason for whatever reason it is, these people end up making a 911 call, and they give out your apartment, wherever you at, and next thing you know, you literally have the police show up to that person's place. SWAT team. I'm talking about the SWAT shows up, the police, the choppers, and these people enter the home. Like, because of this call, they come in there fully armed, aiming guns at the streamer and all that, and that person literally has to tell them, like, no, this is a SWAT. I've been swatted. This is a lie. This is a prank. This is a joke that somebody did and made a false call to y'all. It happens. It's dangerous. It's a disgusting thing that these people do on that other end, but it happens. So now when you hear that term swatting, or I've been swatted, that's what happens. It's not a joke, man. And man, only a hater and a person who dislikes that person for whatever reason would do such a thing like that. And that's why these people be afraid to come out and speak, because of the fear of that as well, of being swatted. These victims that have been victim to these 764 groups. And 764 and similar groups are the reason why this has now been a top national security priority across the United States and Europe. Parents, do you know what your kids are doing online? Do you know the games that they are playing online? Do you know what kind of music that they are listening to? What kind of celebrities that they're following? Do you know who are the people in their friend groups? Who they're hanging out with? Who is influencing them to do certain things? Are you like on top of these things? Are you checking up on who they're messaging, not only on the phone, like not only on their contact list, who they texting on their phones, but who are they messaging on social media? And not only social media, but do you know who they're also messaging and who's talking to them on the video games that they're playing or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Are you paying attention to that? I suggest those of y'all with children, like, start doing that. Even with your teens, like, start doing that. And really, really have a sit down with your kids, your teens. And even your children who got children, you know, grown-ups that got kids, but they're your kids. Keep them informed and aware of these kind of things too, so they can have a sit down. Y'all all have a sit down. And, you know, be straight up with your kids. Tell them what's up. Tell them what's going on in this world. And how people, how they try to target, like, you know what I'm saying? Talk to them. And protect them as well, you know, from what they watch too. So this is a story that is being not talked about, but light has been shined on it, and you already know we're gonna shine the light over here too, and just let you be aware that this also is happening too. Because the mainstream media, those who still got cable TV, your local news stations, they're not gonna talk about this. They won't. They too busy reading their scripts and what they told to read and push out. But this kind of stuff happens and they don't push it out. And I also find it interesting that when it comes to these kind of stories, these kind of videos, and I also noticed that the stuff that I put out when it comes to the pedophiles, especially with the networks and these big stuff that get exposed and they be shutting stuff down, I noticed that the people who's in charge of the algorithm and the viewings and the videos, I noticed that those kind of videos and stuff like this that get shined, they do their best, whoever it is in the background, to not get a lot of views to see these kind of stories. Certain stories, you be wondering, why this kind of story got less views? And this is a big thing that just happened. Like, people should know about this, but why are they trying to push this algorithm or make this have less views? They don't want this to get shined. Next thing you know, here comes a video of people dancing or twerking, or there's a beef, baddies and all that. That gets, you see the numbers and the views of that, or the stuff that they want you to watch, those get pushed. They want everybody to watch that. But stories like this, stuff that happens worldwide, that even the media, that they don't talk about, but people cover, you see how they try to, we don't want people to see those kind of views, these stories. Nah, I was thinking about that. I was noticing that when I saw certain videos I put out and certain content, not only on YouTube, but stuff that I put out even on social media, that they try to, certain things get certain views and then certain things get boosted. See, it's like, who the hell is in control in the background of what they want you to see and what they want you not to see? It's just thinking. But y'all know what's up already, man. Unplug, stay awake, stay in prayer with the Most High. It's more spiritual than physical. But ask yourself, these people make, whoever's involved in this, they make themselves look even more guilty when they do these kind of things. Or especially when they start shadow banning or trying to mess certain things. They make themselves look guilty because it's like, what are you trying to hide? Or why are you trying to do certain things to people's pages or certain videos not to get pushed to be seen? Why? Why don't you want people to know about that story that got leaked or shown? Why? Why are you doing your best to try to put in a certain algorithm? Why? See? People telling themselves based off the actions of what they do with certain things. On cue, y'all know what's up already. Until the next video.